Another thing is the Federal Reserve balance sheet. Again, some of this starts to get a little bit in the weeds, so I'll just I'll kind of touch on it briefly. The Federal Reserve wanted to keep interest rates down because when interest rates are low, it stimulates the economy, right? People go and buy houses, all of our house, right? I'm sure everyone here looks on Zillow and thinks they're now, you know, Bezos because their house is worth so much. I know I do. So, you know, when interest rates are zero, you can pay more for a house because your mortgage is very affordable. You can go buy, you know, a nicer car than you otherwise could because you could afford the payment. You have more money to spend because your student loan payments are lower or your credit card payments are lower than they would otherwise be. I mean, there's huge there's a huge stimulating effect to having low interest rates. So what the government did, you can kind of see this. This is hard to read because it's small, I know, but I thought it was interesting. Way back on the left is 2008. So when we had the Great Recession, what you'll notice is the government stimulated. They bought bonds, which pushes interest rates down lower and stimulates the economy. Look how much it went up though this time, and it's continued to. So we went from having $4 trillion with a T, $1 trillion of bonds sitting in the Federal Reserve to over 9 in like a year. It's crazy. So that pushed interest rates way, way, way down. So now, but that stimulates the economy. We all go spend money because we have more because interest rates are zero, and that overheats the economy. That overheating causes inflation. Then, of course, that inflation causes interest rates to go up, and that kills the rest of the economy. So as you can see, it's this circle that we're now going to have to figure out a way to get out of, which I could talk about later. The other thing is stimulus. I'll pick on both parties here because I always try to. What Biden did last year with the 1.9 trillion stimulus was stupid. It has caused a lot of the inflation that we have today. Again, that inflation is causing us to have higher interest rates, and those high interest rates are going to cause a recession. So I understand why he did it. He was trying to make sure that the economy was stimulated, and we needed that during COVID, but we didn't need it last year. I will also go as far as to say I'm very happy that, and I'll bag on Republicans in a second, so I'm not picking on Biden or the Democrats here, but I'm excited that Manchin and Sinema, two senators that are technically Democrats but act like Republicans, they blocked another huge stimulus package earlier this year. Had that passed, it was another almost $1 trillion a year of government spending to an economy where we need less spending for a little while to get a handle on inflation. So maybe Build Back Better the next time there's a recession, something like that can make sense to go through. But to put $1 trillion a year for a decade into a super overheated economy makes no sense. I would say the same thing is true of Trump. When Trump lowered taxes, that stimulates the economy. We didn't need that. The economy was doing fine at that point in time. Why stimulate it to then cause more growth, which causes overheating, which causes more debt, which causes interest rates to rise, which eventually will cause a huge recession. So I was down on the tax cuts. I am down on the stimulus. I'm down on anything that's going to cause inflation, because again, the cycle is high inflation. The only way to offset that is high interest rates, and then everything goes down.